welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is May 4th, 2020, which means it is Star Wars Day. This is like one of my favorite days of the year. I look forward to this and Free Comic Book Day every single year without fail. I will take off of work for Free Comic Book Day. I'm not joking. I don't play around with that. But yeah, it's May 4th. It's Star Wars Day, and in honor of Star Wars Day, I thought I would do a little bit of a different type of content. I am sitting on this really cool floor pillow that I made from some really awesome fabric I got on Etsy, and I also wanted to review some of the current Star Wars reads that they have out right now by Marvel Comics. So yeah, don't click off just yet. If you don't want to see me do DIY stuff, that's fine. I am going to talk about comic books today, I promise. It's not just going to be crafty stuff. But yeah, I picked up this Rise of Kylo Ren #1 from my local. Shout out to Now or Never Comics, greatest comic book shop in San Diego, honestly. Aaron's the best. This run is Kylo Ren's backstory, basically. It is only a 4-issue series. I haven't read the whole series. When I went to go pick this up, it was sold out the day that it came out, so I was never really able to get my hands on it. I was going to read it on Comixology, but I decided not to. I prefer physical copies. Call me an elitist if you want to. But yeah, I don't know if the story is just not for me. It seems like it might be a little dark, which is cool. Some of the writing was kind of like for me. But yeah, I might pick it up at some point, maybe when it goes on sale, and I'll see if I like it anymore. But yeah, if you like Kylo Ren's story, maybe you'll like this. I don't know. I think he's a cool character. I actually just finished the last of the Star Wars movies that just came out, and it was okay. It wasn't bad. We're not here to talk about, we're not here to start a fight. So we're just gonna move on to the next thing. I picked up this Star Wars #1, which is the current run of the Star Wars comic books. And this story takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And it's basically after Luke finds out that Darth Vader's his father, and between that and when Han Solo is frozen in carbonite and they're trying to figure out what to do. I actually haven't read that one either. I really just got these as collector's items. I'm not a really big fan of the Star Wars comic books. Some people really like to read the books. A friend of mine is a huge Star Wars fan. When I say huge, like we were watching The Mandalorian and he was telling me lore about Darth Maul's race, and I was just like, okay, you might be more into this than I am. I thought I was a big nerd, but you're a bigger nerd. But yeah, these are really good collector's items, really good. If you like Star Wars and you want to have these in your repertoire, I recommend it. This Kylo Ren cover was $35. Money well spent, honestly. I'll have it forever. It's not a big deal to me. Maybe I'll get a sign one day. I really hope I can. But yeah, on to the craft. So again, what I made was a floor pillow. If you don't know what floor pillows are, they're basically just giant pillows that you put on the floor and you sit on them. I like to play a lot of tabletop games. We play a lot of board games in my family. We read a lot of books all together. So sometimes we'll sit around the coffee table and we're sitting on the floor, or we sit in like really awkwardly placed chairs because our apartment's like, the living room's kind of small. So I thought floor pillows would be like a cool addition to them, and I like nerdy stuff. So I sought out to get some fleece from Etsy. I got this really cool print from a shop called So Vintage. I believe that's the name of the shop. And the lady was super nice. It came to me super fast. And the fabric I like it. It's cool. I thought that the print would be a little bit smaller, and I was originally going to do couch pillows with them, couch cushions, but the print was just too big, and a few people actually reached out to me and said I should make floor pillows with them. So yeah. All right, so for this craft, what you're gonna need is 1.5 yards of whatever pattern fabric you want, and then 1.5 yards of whatever solid fabric you want. I feel like it works better when you have a contrast and it just comes out looking, not too much pattern. Obviously some fabric shears, some measuring tape, some pins to hold all of your measurements together, and then you're gonna need a 50-ounce bag of polyfill. I used half of it already for the one that I already made that I was sitting on in the beginning of the video. But yeah, that's it. It's a very easy craft. It's super simple. It's just really time consuming and tedious. I really had a lot of fun though. First thing you're gonna do when you're working with this fabric is you're gonna cut your 1.5 yards of each fabric into the size that you want your pillow to be. So a good thing to keep in mind is that however many inches you measure out, it's going to be 10 inches shorter on each side because of the tassels and the cutting and everything. So I made mine, I believe, 45 inches in length and 25, I believe. No, 45 inches in length and 33 inches in width, because I had like odd sizes of a fabric. So it actually kind of worked out pretty well. I like the size that mine came out to be. They're more like, they're rectangular shape, but they're a little bit more oval shaped, and I don't mind that at all. And so this is how big the fabric is. I guess you can't really see all of it because our camera's just like not able to capture the full size of it, but as big as it is, it's gonna come out to be like this much smaller. So not a bad size at all. It's like perfect sitting size. It's kind of like a little poof to sit on, and I really like that about it. It's actually super comfy. All right, so the next thing you wanna do is, if each corner of your fabric, you're gonna measure out a 5 by 5 inch square, and that's basically going to be like the corners of your pillow. So you wanna start from the bottom. I'm doing this super wrong. I just want to let you guys know I am not a professional DIYer. I'm actually super terrible at cutting things and cutting straight lines. I am just like, I don't know what's going on with my hands, but they just don't like to cut in straight lines. So it's okay. I wouldn't take this too seriously. It's a very easy project to do. It shouldn't take you long, and it's like, I wouldn't obsess over it. So yeah, you measure your first 5 inches. And I usually just stick a little pin in the corner here just so I know where I'm gonna be cutting that in that direction. And then from there, I can measure out 5 inches this way. So basically, and I just pin it here. So that's 5 inches. Some people use a yardstick for this. All the little other DIY videos I've seen is they use a yardstick. I definitely did more than 5 inches there because, you know, like I said, not a professional. So yeah, 5 inches deep. 5 inches wide. Some of my fabric's just a little trimmed a little weird because, again, just not really good at cutting straight lines, but it doesn't have to be perfect, honestly. Like, you're gonna be sitting on it most of the time. Nobody's really gonna see it, and we're just really doing it because it looks cool, honestly. So that's okay. All right, and so you got your little square sectioned off, and then you're just gonna cut that section out, and you're gonna do that at each corner of your fabric. Now that we got our square cut out, we're going to start going all the way lengthwise to the other corner. After we finish cutting out all the corners, we're going to start doing our tassels. So to spare you from watching me painstakingly cut corners for the rest of the time, I'm just gonna show you guys how to cut the little tassels off. And we're gonna fast forward through this because I don't want this to be a super long video. I just want you guys to see how I spent all day yesterday, basically. It took me all day because I was just not paying attention and kind of like watching TV, and you know, it was really relaxing to do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure 1.5 inches, and we're just gonna cut up lengthwise. So all of our tassels are gonna be 1.5 inches wide. You just wanna make sure you have your measuring tape or yardstick or whatever so that you don't cut past 1.5 inches, because if you do, then the spacing will be weird and then your fabric's gonna bunch and it's just not gonna look cool. And you'll have too many gaps. I actually made that mistake on my first one. I had to retie some of my tassels. So if you want, you can just do little slits like this and then just keep going along the fabric so you don't have to keep taking it out and remeasuring it. Yeah, and it's basically what you do all the way around. Super easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. And you want to make sure you don't cut more than 5 inches deep. I actually made this mistake on my last one, and I cut way too far deep or like way too shallow in some parts, and so my tassels didn't line up. So I'm kind of determined to do this one a little bit better because, you know, you always want your second attempt to be better than the first one. So okay, do a little bit higher. See what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to gauge what's 5 inches. And sometimes if you're doing it all the way and you want to just keep your measuring tape near you so that you're making sure you're not going past 5 inches. And then after you do that, you're just gonna tie the tassels together like so. You want to tie them tight enough so that they close the gaps, but not too tight, because then your fabric will bunch like this, and then it won't be like, the pillow won't lie flat and it'll just look kind of funky and weird. But yeah, that's literally it. And then you're gonna go and do this all the way around the fabric, and then at the end I'm gonna show you guys how to just stuff it and close it up. Okay, now that you've got basically all of your tassels done all around the way, you're gonna have like a small opening at the top. And this is where you're gonna stuff all of that polyfill in. And yep, and then you're gonna tie it up, and that'll be the end of it. Okay, so this is the finished product. I think this one came out really well. I'm actually super proud of it. It's like nice and firm without being, you know, too firm or too soft. You can add as much of that polyfill as you want to make it more firm or more soft or whatever. But yeah, like I said, these are just super good for like tabletop games or like board games, family nights. You can keep them wherever. But yeah, I really like them. They're like my favorite little craft I've done so far this year. I don't really craft that often, but when I do, I make sure it's something that I really am invested in. So yeah, there's my little May 4th celebration craft. This piece of hair will not stay out of my face. May 4th celebration craft. I hope you guys liked it. I probably won't be doing any more craft videos because this is a lot to do. I'm a little exhausted. It didn't take me super long, but you know, just sitting on my floor and hunched over like that was a lot. But yeah, if you like this, let me know. I'm gonna go eat my burrito because I'm really hungry. I'm gonna watch some Star Wars movies. Okay, I hope you guys have a great May 4th, and May the 4th be with you. This hair. All right, you guys have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon. Bye.
Sorry, let me. Okay. Thank you.
I'm leaving that in. Throw it in at the end. Okay, let's restart.